All right, this is going to be interesting, Brad. Now we have this guy, John Meadows, who everybody knows, who's very popular on YouTube, and who's got his own training protocol. Very, very, very cool. John, good to have you with us, man.
Hey, man, I might have my own training protocols, but I love doing new things. That's what it's all about. I'm not one of those guys that's stuck in his ways. I will try anything.
Yeah.
Anything. So I'm ready to get to work.
And that's why I was excited when I knew that John was going to be here, because like John does have an amazing following, because he is a very, very intelligent individual, and he approaches everything from a very scientific standpoint, whether it be nutrition, training, whatever it may be. So to get John on it, he's tried it in the past. I think that we've improved our skills at using the device for hypertrophy work. So we're going to let him lead the workout. He's going to do his own thing, and we're just going to light him up. We're going to put pads in certain areas. You'll see me change pad placement. So in all the other videos that we've done, pads have stayed in one area. So now we're going to change pad places depending on the movement that we're doing to focus on that individual muscle group. So that's one thing. Say if you have, you need more work on your front delt, we put focus on the front delt. Say if it's your leg and you need more on a sweep, we can just put pads on the sweep and have you do work so it focuses on there. So that's the beauty of this. It can kind of overcome your shortcomings and allow you to focus on the muscle groups that you really need to focus on, or generalize hypertrophy training.
So basically, my shortcomings is everything from here down to the floor. So we're going to have 57 pads. So
yeah, everywhere. We're just going to throw them in a tub. Just let them train with it all on.
This is going to be interesting. I can't wait to talk to you after this to see what your impressions are, John. Yeah. Thanks for being with us.
All right, let's get after it. Back here. Shorts a bit. Alright, so you remember when you did this, kind of the feeling of it. So what we're going to do is we're going to start warming up muscles. So on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 you're starting to feel the signal. 10 is the worst pain you've ever felt in your life. 1 to get you to a 5, when we get you there, you're going to do some body weight lateral.
You want me to just start standing up?
Yeah, just stand up. And when you start to feel it,
Okay, I feel it.
now let's get you to about a 5 on a scale of 1 to 10. So like 20 lateral raises. As you're going, you're going to start feeling that signal dissipate a little bit. Kind of feels a little easier. Try and get a little more, get you back to that 5. How you feeling right there? Feel about 5 now?
16, 17, 18, 19.
So in between sets, we're going to stay here and work. So change that frequency. Now we're going to bring you up to a 7 on the pain tolerance scale. So when you get to a 7, then you do your reps.
How close to like failure do you want me to get?
I like taking everything forward. You train on different principles, so you train off your training principles, and you just add juice to it.
So let's go rainbow.
Tell me when you're good, John. To a point where it's almost intolerable. John's a champ. He's almost at 100.
I love it. I'm a sick individual.
Always. You gotta be sophisticated. I trained at 100 on my shoulders every time.
18, 19, 20.
You got to 100 of them. So what I do is I turn him down to a frequency of 25. You feel the significant difference between that and the 500.
Yes.
So now I'm going to turn you up and get you to a point that it's pretty much intolerable. When you get there, we're going to hold it for a couple seconds.
You want me to just hold my arm out? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, I mean, your arms are going to lift up. And
Okay.
then
And
I'm going to wait a couple seconds, and then I'm going to spin it from 25 pulses per second to 500. And you're going to feel your muscles, it's going to contract real hard, and then it's going to let go. It's going to feel like your muscles just had an orgasm. All right.
All right, I'm game.
So tell me when it's pretty much unbearable.
There to go.
All right, he's tapped out. Here we go.
Did that just raise my test level?
Yeah.
Okay.
You feel that release?
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Everything locked up, then it just went.
Try that again.
So this is 500. This is our lengthening signal. 500 contractions per second.
Okay.
Which ends up in a releasing action because tissue can't contract that fast.
Yes.
So it's forced to just give up and let go. So right now we're at 25, and you feel the difference in the pulsing. Like this is 5 pulses per second. You feel that
Yes.
beat, beat,
It
beat.
was like a heartbeat in my
Right.
shoulder.
So we bring you to 25. Now we bring you all the way up to 100. We'll just sit there for a second, and then I spin you to 500. The problem is, he can take so much juice that we can't go higher than 100. So if it was a different muscle group or a different individual that couldn't get to 100 all the way, because he probably could have taken another 20 more points before it was really unbearable in those shoulders. So I didn't get the full effect, but you can feel the difference in the lengthening
Yeah,
and the
absolutely.
contractile signals that we use.
I have a crazy high pain tolerance, man.
Yeah.
Like I have a stupid
you know,
high
a
pain
lot of it,
tolerance.
it's not even a pain tolerance thing. It's the strength of your nervous system. How effective your nervous. We have yogi women that do everything at 100 on this. They do yoga at 100. And then I have someone like my wife. Her nervous system really sucks. She has a high pain threshold, but she can't get past like 20 on this without it causing that much pain. So it's really a nervous system thing more than it is obviously pain's pain. But
And just think, man. People say I train so hard, my nervous system should be shot.
right, exactly. It's healthy. Things are firing good. Alright, so we finished with a lot of lateral work, and through our lateral placement, obviously we want to focus on the lateral head of the delt. Now we're going to work on a rear delt. So we take the black pad because the signal runs from the black to the red. So the area that we want to focus on the most, or the largest muscle group in that grouping that we're using, we put black on. So we're going to put black along this rear delt right here. And then I'm just going to put the red right on the lateral head of the delt there. So the signals are around here to here, and your focus is going to be all through here. The reason why we didn't do that in the Laura Lee video is Laura Lee's so freaking petite that the pad covers her whole entire front, rear, and lateral delt. So we didn't have to move anything. So at least we got John here so we can show what
I'm pretty petite. Too.
Right.
John's not petite, no.
he's petite. Dainty. Sorry, you're stretching the shit out of your shirt.
Oh, dude, rip the sleeves off if you want. It's a medium.
Medium. All right. So now we've got a new pad placement, and with the new pad placement, he's not going to be able to. He might take as much intensity because the lateral delts are not a lot of innervation going through there, so you can take a lot of juice here. Things like arms, there's so many nerves and stuff running through the arms, and it's really hard to crank up. So someone getting over 60 on an arm day is really impressive. I can take 100 on my shoulders and my back because there's not a lot of nerves and stuff in the back. Arms, chest is kind of hard to crank up. Legs, you can take a lot. Calves, same thing. There's a lot of innovation going through the calves, so you can't really crank it up that high. So you're gonna feel a difference. Plugged in. We're gonna find that baseline of a 5, so let's crank you up. Oh yeah, a little different, right?
Ooh, yeah.
All right. We get one warm-up set of this lengthening signal to get everything firing, and then remaining working sets. How you feeling there? Take a little more.
That's
Good.
pretty
Saucy.
good, yeah.
All right. All right, so we've hit lateral delts and we've hit rear delts. Now we're gonna hit front delts. So I'm gonna change the pad placement around. Same thing, only different. So I'm gonna put that black pad instead of on that rear delt. We're just gonna slide this bad boy over here, right along this front delt. The red pad is gonna stay there.
You getting fried, John, or you're good?
Dude, mine is side delts.
So we're probably not gonna do a press today, but if we were to do a press, what we could do is we put a pad on the front delt, a pad on the rear delt, so everything in between is fired up. So when you press, everything's engaged. I'm not much of a presser. I don't know if John presses much in his life anymore.
Not often.
I don't really do. If I do a press, it's more like an Arnold style press,
A neutral,
focus on
yeah,
front
yeah.
front delt. Outside of that, I don't. My shoulders are all beat up.
And you're young, still.
I'll do a Smith machine, but I'll just lower it to here.
Right.
And you can keep your elbows down.
Yep.
instead of-
Yep. Exactly. I never open up like that anymore. And what's funny is my delts have gotten bigger than ever by not doing presses anymore. All right. So now we're gonna bring you up and get you to that new 5. It's gonna be another whole different feeling.
Oh, that's already nasty. Damn.
You know you get no weights, John.
Yeah.
I got hundreds in my hands.
We'll get people on rehab sessions. We pat them up, say if they have a bad shoulder,
Like me.
and Dave, you experience it. I'll tell you to do a shoulder press, and we crank this up, and you're like, I can't lift my arm up. Like, how is that possible? It's like your arm feels like it's 300 pounds just because of the signal. All right, so we're gonna bring it up to a 7. I got a red one, a little heavier if you want to do
Oh,
something.
this is good right here, man.
All right, take as much as you can. Right there. There you go. There you go, 5.
I was trying to up higher. Move it up any higher.
Keep at it real quick, Rich. Let him look at his shoulder. All right, so this is your second round on Neufit. Second time around. How'd you like this experience?
I'm trying to figure out which one was more painful, this one or the arms.
Arms is pretty tough.
That arm one was pretty nasty.
Yeah.
Like I had nightmares about that. I think the side delt one was probably worse.
Yeah.
That was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
How would you compare it to a conventional way of training? Not that your way is conventional, but you've been around, you've tried a few things as far as...
Well, there is no comparison for pain when it comes to like your shoulders. Like that's a level of pain. It's really hard to reach. I mean, you could actually no. There's no way I could do partials. No matter how many I did, no matter how bad it hurt, I wouldn't be able to generate as much pain as you have now.
Wow.
Yeah. So the question, it's okay. So, what does the pain mean? Is it something productive? Is it just pain for the sake of pain? But I really like what you're talking about with kind of inhibiting that Golgi tendon organ, so the muscle doesn't protect itself, lengthens, fires.
Yep.
In my programs, I actually program toward the end of each workout. I program exercises that really challenge in the lengthening position. Like if you're training chest, for example, you finish with something where you're really stretching.
Yep.
So it's like that next level.
Right.
So I can appreciate what's on with the machine. I think most people will probably see this and think, oh, it's just a type of current that helps you fire.
Right.
When that's not what's actually going on.
Right. But there's so many different factors of what it's going on. I mean, we're eliciting a much greater muscle fiber recruitment during training. But again, like you said, it's that opening up, that stretching, that lengthening of the tissue that is going to facilitate more growth and keep you healthier. Yeah. So one of the big caveats in this, especially from a therapeutic standpoint, is, as he talked about, we have these Golgi tendon apparatus and receptors within our muscles and tendons, and they protect us. So when you're walking and you step in a little ditch, you're going to tear your ankle because those tendons have those receptors have down-regulated. So the best way to explain it is think of a governor on a car. So when you're born or your car comes out of the factory, it's set to say you can only do 140 miles an hour. Over time, wear and tear, all of a sudden those governors come down. And now it's saying you can only do 110. Now it's saying you can only 90. And that opens you up to more injury because your body isn't allowed to stretch in positions how it should. It can't absorb force and blow like it normally should. So use with this, training with it, we actually upregulated those receptors to get you more towards 160, 170. So that when you are making that quick cut or moving, the muscles and the tendons are now have an ability to absorb that force and absorb that blow much more efficiently, reducing your risk of injury.
And you're training them, and if you're doing this a lot, your body will get good at it. Like I can see a massive application with athletes for this. Yeah. I can see a massive application, Yeah, man, I'm a nice little shoulder pump here. It's the first time I've seen my shoulders with blood in it for a while. Very cool, very cool. I enjoy it. The kind of the physiology in my head is like, okay, so you're stronger eccentrically. There's a thing called Titan, and it kind of helps, and that's how you're stronger eccentrically. So in my head, I'm thinking, what's going on with it?
Yeah.
But the bottom line is it hurts and it's productive.
Right. And that's why.
It's good. But it's not just pain for the sake of pain.
Right. It's productive pain. Right. Yeah. It's productive pain, and that's why I was really excited when we had the opportunity to work with John, because John is a thinking man. It's more outside of just, hey, we're just going to break down tissue and that's it. He's trying to figure out why this is working, what it's doing to me, what the benefits are, and how many other applications there are to it. Like he just talked about it when he said, he's like, hey, you ever thought about working with athletes? I'm like, I do. I have a couple of Olympic athletes, and I'm working on an NBA star right now, and we're doing some rehab stuff and some performance-based training. And there's so many applications to this. John might not know, but anything related to the nervous system, if you have stroke, Parkinson's, MS, Bell's palsy, anything like that, we're affecting the nervous system so we can help people like that. Geriatrics, we can reduce fall rate because we can strengthen those muscles in their legs without load. We can improve those receptors as we talked about, proprioception, things like that. We can improve all that type of stuff so people can actually be more mobile and healthier and live longer, better lives with this.
I had an interesting week talked this morning. My mother-in-law actually fell and broke her hip last week. So she's 85. She's in. She just got put in a rehab facility yesterday, and like we're afraid to move her. And my fear is the atrophy.
Right.
So we were talking like there is a guy in Columbus that has a unit.
Yep.
So I was thinking if she could at least move just a little bit with it, at least it'll keep that atrophy from happening.
Exactly, and on top of that, the DC current itself has regenerative effects, so it's going to improve that bone healing. Because people don't know, from a medical standpoint, the only thing DC was used for outside of this device was for bone healing. Because DC current was actually damaging to our tissue. When we cranked it up high, it would burn your skin off.
Yeah.
We overcame that by piggybacking that signal off a high fidelity audio signal in order for it to penetrate deep enough into the bone without causing tissue damage. So now we can use this. As I was telling him, I have an Olympic track athlete that had some severe bone bruising, and all we did was put pads on his shins, and that flushed everything out, and the bone bruising healed faster. Broken bones heal faster with this. So, like you said, the applications are phenomenal, and hopefully we get a hold of that guy and get your mother-in-law back in action quicker.
Yeah, man. I love it. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
We appreciate you.
Thanks, John.
Anything, man, where I can learn and contribute to something positive in our industry, I enjoy it. And thanks to Jay for having me on the channel.
Of course, pleasure.
Jay is the champion of champions. Jay and I told him Jay and Lee Haney are my two guys that represent everything that is good about the sport.
Yeah, exactly.
And we need that now more than ever.
Yeah.
So
Well, hopefully we have you on the channel again sometime, John.
Man, I would love it. I would love it. I'm always looking for excuses to come and get in poker tournaments. I'm actually going to leave here and go over to Caesars and get us some poker tournaments.
There you go.
I won one last year.
Don't get cleaned out.
It's going to be hard for you to put the chips in. You're like,
Raise.
yeah.
All right, thank you, John. Thank you, Brad.
Thank you.